I love the smell of supply drops in the morning.
Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, Team Super Call of Duty World War II. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So today I want to talk to you guys about a subject that I don't think I've ever brought up here on the channel before, and that topic is supply drops in the Call of Duty series. Now, of course, I'm joking. I've talked about supply drops countless times here on the channel, but over the course of the past week, I have seen the community get more and more frustrated with Sledgehammer, and a tweet I made last night made it to the top of the Call of Duty World War II subreddit, so I feel as though this video needs to be made. We're going to talk about supply drops and the negative effect that they're having on Call of Duty World War II and the community. So ever since the Blitzkrieg event went live last week, there has been a ton of speculation claiming that Sledgehammer has secretly changed supply drops yet again to make it harder for fans to obtain these 6 new weapons. I have seen countless posts from people claiming that they've opened up hundreds of supply drops. They do all the different contracts and orders every single day. They just have not gotten lucky whatsoever, and they have none of the new weapons. But on the flip side of things, I've also seen plenty of other people claiming that they have gotten lucky, they have all the new weapons, and even have some heroic variants of each of the new weapons. And the reason why we're seeing such a disparity between the two is because we're talking about randomness, right? We're talking about pure luck, RNG. It is literally a slot machine. That's why we keep bringing this up. Like, that same phrase keeps popping up in the COD community. Supply drops are a slot machine. Sometimes you're going to hit big, you're going to get lucky. Other times you're going to get completely screwed over, and it feels really bad when weapons like the Arasaka, like an iconic old school Call of Duty weapon like the Arasaka, is added to the game and it's locked behind a supply drop. That's incredibly frustrating, right? Because it doesn't matter how much you play this game, doesn't matter how good you are at the game, doesn't matter how much money you spent on the game, or if you have the season pass. It doesn't even matter if you're like me and you played World at War nearly 10 years ago and the Arasaka was one of your favorite weapons in that game ever since you saw Hutch's Daddy making tip videos using it. None of that matters when we're talking about supply drops, which is why this is so incredibly frustrating. In my opinion, I don't think that Sledgehammer has made any changes to supply drops. Now, of course, I cannot prove that. I would not put it past them, especially considering what they did previously by removing all those variants without telling any of us. Now, I would definitely not put it past Activision, but I really don't think they made any changes to supply drops, and the reason why I say that is because I'm still getting good things from supply drops. I'm just not getting the things that I want from supply drops, which would be the new content, right? Which is actually causing a lot of apathy, not only in myself, but I know it's happening to a lot of you guys as well. Like, I still sign in to play this game. I still love playing Call of Duty World War II, but when I'm playing this game, I can't help but get more and more frustrated with the fact that there is new content in the game. I want that new content, and there's nothing I can do to obtain it. Like, every single day that goes by where I sign in, I do all my orders, I do all my contracts, I do everything I can within my power to get these guns, and I don't get them, that is a huge slap in the face to not only me, but it's a slap in the face to the entire Call of Duty community, because the same thing is happening to millions and millions of other players out there. What really kills me about this entire situation is the fact that Activision gave us the old bait and switch when it comes to the DLC model here in Call of Duty World War II. So don't forget, when this game first came out, we had a fantastic business model. During the Winter Siege event and during the Resistance event, we could get the new weapons very easily. Pretty much everybody had every DLC gun, and things were fantastic. But then suddenly out of nowhere, Activision decided, you know what, we're losing a lot of money on supply drops by giving these people a fair business model for a change, so let's go ahead and change that up quite a bit and make it so it's harder to obtain the DLC weapons. And that's what's happening right now, right? Because the Call of Duty series makes the majority of its money around launch, like in November, December, then January. They make a ton of money off of sales, but the rest of the year they are reliant on microtransactions and supply drops and map packs and the season pass to continue making the money up until the new Call of Duty game comes out, right? That's the entire Call of Duty cycle. That's how it's been for the past decade. I think what happened is they said, you know what, let's go ahead and go back to World War II, go back to boots on the ground, bring in all these people, a big return to form for the Call of Duty series, and even give them a fair business model for a change. And then 4 or 5 months in, let's pull the rug out from underneath them and change things entirely. I think that's a really scummy way of doing things, but I think that's what actually happened here based on the information that we currently have. Now, what's even more interesting about all of this is right about the same time that they made these changes, about the same time that they removed these special orders from Major Howard, Glenn Schofield and Michael Condrey left the studio out of nowhere. We still have no idea why they left the studio, and also Sledgehammer Games suddenly decided they have a giant interest in community feedback and improving their game. So I think all of these things are related somehow. I don't know how they are related, but they all happened at the exact same time, which is very interesting to me, and I'm very worried about about the future of the Call of Duty series, right? Because if they're doing this now with Call of Duty World War II, if they're going to bait and switch us like this so badly at this day and age, who knows what they're going to do in the future, right? I mean, they had the audacity to add supply drop weapons to Modern Warfare Remastered, so when Modern Warfare 2 Remastered comes out, that game is definitely going to have weapons locked behind supply drops, and who knows what that means for Black Ops 4 and the rest of the Call of Duty games going forward. Like, are we ever going to see another COD game that doesn't have supply drop weapons or weapons that are locked behind a slot machine? If a change is going to be made, we're going to need to work together here, guys, whether that's making YouTube videos like this one or posting threads on Reddit or simply just tweeting Sledgehammer suggestions to make the game better. Every little bit helps, and hopefully these changes will be made before it's too late. And it also comes down to my fellow YouTubers. Like, I've never been on the in with Activision. I don't know anybody at Activision. They've never contacted me or invited me to an event, and to be clear, I wouldn't go to an event even if I was invited, because I don't want to be on the in or anything like that. But when these YouTubers are flown out to events and they're recording map packs early, they should be talking to them while they're at the studio saying, hey, we need to do something about the supply drop system because it's really ruining the game for a lot of people out there. Like, things need to happen. Things need to change, but I'm worried that things won't change, right? Because the Black Market Blackout, for those who don't know, was this big community movement back in Black Ops 3 where everybody, at least a lot of people, collectively decided to not purchase supply drops anymore. And I was part of that. I'm like, you know what? I'm not buying supply drops anymore either. I'm going to join the Black Market Blackout, so hopefully they will change the system to make things better. And I thought for a while there, things were getting better, but after seeing what they're doing here with Call of Duty World War II, I'm worried that things are going to get worse before they get better. So I don't know what to say here, guys. Again, it comes back to everyone just doing their part and being vocal about this. Every thread on Reddit, every YouTube video, every tweet, every Facebook post, everything can collectively work together, but be sure to be respectful when you're talking to them, right? If you just tweet anger and hatred at Activision and Sledgehammer, they'll probably ignore that. They'll probably just block that off. But if you actually have constructive criticism for them and you send positive things their way and make suggestions, then maybe we can work together to actually get this fixed, because I would hate to see Call of Duty continue to do this for more and more years to come, because I'm telling you guys, it's really hurting my motivation to play this game knowing that there's post-launch weapons and post-launch content that I just simply do not have access to. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys here in this video. Again, I feel so this needs to be said. Not enough people are talking about this, and it's something I really want to see change. Like, there are three big things that irk me about the Call of Duty franchise, and supply drop weapons are definitely one of them. But once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.